Welcome back to The Real Deal. Chris Schenkel is here this week to talk about musician Chris Bodie.
Briefly stepping away from the movie scene this week, Shouldn't Be Missed pick comes from the world of music, with great jazz trumpet player Chris Bodie. Bodie has gone from a basic no-name to one of the biggest musicians in the world. Having traveled all over, including visiting us here at Ball State twice, he is releasing his third concert CD-DVD titled Chris Bodie Live in Boston. This work chronicles Bodie's performances in Boston on September 18th and 19th of 2008. His live performance in Boston, as all of his do, really bring to life his famous interpretation of hits like Ave Maria, Indian Summer, and Time to Say Goodbye. Along with Bodie's many fabulous instrumental numbers, he often is honored by many guests. This concert is no different, for Bodie shares the stage with Sting, Josh Groban, Yo-Yo Ma, John Mayer, and Aerosmith's Steven Tyler, to name a few. Bodie's friends Sting and Groban happen to be my favorite voices collaborating on stage that evening. Along with the CD, this DVD wonderfully brings the concert to us with moving camera shots that frame that perfect night in a lavish symphony hall. Bodie's fellow musicians, along with the Boston Pops Orchestra, provide meaningful music accompaniment to the trumpeter. The DVD's bonus features also look interesting, as there is an extensive behind-the-scenes documentary, including footage of Bodie and Sting keeping the crowd entertained during an audience member's heart attack scare. If that isn't proof enough of Bodie's power, the DVD shows what great stage presence and personality Bodie has. I have found no other instrument that can command an audience and venue quite like Bodie's trumpet. Both soothing and invigorating, Bodie is able to set the mood in the evening or get you ready to take on the day. Chris Bodie is one of my go-to artists and a major staple in my personal music listening. I recommend checking out Chris Bodie live in Boston, out March 31st. I'm Christopher Schenkel. Back to you, Bernardo.
Thank you kindly, Chris. Kevin Bacon has had a powerful effect on our lives. He's made it cool to dance around a Footloose. He even made it cooler to be an astronaut. He also indirectly gave us the movie game 7 Degrees From. Here's our very own Lauren Collins to connect some people filmically. I don't think that's a word.
It's that time again for the 7 Degrees of Someone. This week I chose to connect actors from two of my favorite television shows, The Office and Desperate Housewives. So this week I am going to do the 7 Degrees of Steve Carell, connecting Ava Longoria to him. Step 1. Desperate Housewives stars the gorgeous actress Ava Longoria as the rich and spoiled Gabrielle Solis. On the show, she co-stars with Terry Hatcher, who plays Susan Myers. Step 2. But when Hatcher guest starred on another television show, Seinfeld, she was accused of having breast implants in one of the most well-known episodes. But according to her, they were real and spectacular. Step 3. Hatcher's Seinfeld co-star was none other than Jason Alexander, who plays the unemployed, hairless, relationshipless character, George. But he has also starred in several movies, which brings us to step 4. Alexander played the stuck-up and needy businessman Philip Stuckey in the film Pretty Woman, alongside the Pretty Woman redhead herself, Julia Roberts. Step 5. Julia Roberts also starred in the film Ocean's 11 as George Clooney's former love interest Test. But George isn't always planning multi-casino robberies. In the movie Leatherheads, he gets down and dirty playing football with co-star John Krasinski. So finally, step 7. Krasinski plays the man that every girl I know wants to date, Jim Halpert, in The Office. His boss is the annoying Michael Scott, played by Steve Carell. So in order it goes: Ava Longoria, Terry Hatcher, Jason Alexander, Julia Roberts, George Clooney, John Krasinski, and Steve Carell. Whew, that was long and hard to explain. That's what she said.
As always, thank you, Lauren. Well, we're off into the wild blue yonder. Of course, when I say wild blue yonder, I mean a commercial break. When we get back, we have Hope Ann telling us what we need to know in the music world, and Katie Bostorff will be interviewing a Ball State professional producer. Get excited. We'll be right back.